Hey guys, Khanpeki here with a video about Sceptile's Burst Attack and what burst attacks it will beat or lose to. This video should help you to know what characters you need to be more careful around when you're both in burst mode, as against some characters, using your bursts at the same time can be very bad for you. Also, you should watch this video I made recently about burst attacks and burst attack invincibility, as it will help you understand some of what I say in this video. These tests were very difficult to do as they had many variables. Startup time, length of invincibility, time hitbox is active, etc. Take what I say as guidelines rather than absolute rules. Firstly, you should know, Sceptile's Burst Attack takes a while before the cutscene and invincibility kicks in. During this time, he's vulnerable to grabs and any counter-piercing attacks. While every burst attack has some moment of vulnerability like this, Sceptile's is longer than most. Against Blaziken's burst attack, Sceptile's burst attack will always lose, because Blaziken has a lot of burst attack invincibility, which lasts as long as Blaziken's hitbox is out, and Blaziken's hitbox lasts a lot longer than Sceptile's, so Sceptile doesn't really stand a chance. Against Pikachu's burst attack, if you do your burst attack early as Sceptile, then they will tie and neither will get hit. But at any other timing, Pikachu will just blast through Sceptile's and Pikachu will get his burst attack off, so it's a bad matchup for Sceptile's burst attack. Against Lucario, an early burst attack can beat Lucario due to the hitbox staying out longer, but Lucario starts faster, so Lucario wins if you hit burst attack on the same timing or if Lucario hits it first. Timing is very strict as to see who wins, as you can see. Sceptile may even hit but not activate the cutscene because only the very end of the move hits. The matchup against Gardevoir is fairly even. At a distance, Sceptile will become invincible and never get hit by the full attack, or sometimes he will hit, and sometimes both will do nothing, but up close Gardevoir will hit before Sceptile's invincibility kicks in. So it's a really weird, volatile matchup where you can never really tell for sure who's going to win. You just have to be careful. For the sake of the video and completion, I'll do one on mirror matches. It's what you would expect. Whoever hits the burst attack first will win. That's how it is. Against Pikachu Libre, if you use your burst attack up close or at the same time as Pikachu Libre will win, but at a distance, either neither will hit or the last part of Sceptile's will hit after Libre's invincibility wears off. In general, Libre has the advantage in this burst attack matchup. Against Gengar, Sceptile usually loses if close to Gengar because Gengar's burst attack is a grab. But Gengar has a slow startup as well, so if Sceptile's cutscene and invincibility comes out before Gengar's does, Sceptile will win. Obviously, from outside of grab range, Sceptile will win. In the matchup against Machamp, Machamp's comes out so much faster, so he'll win up close. But since it travels forwards fairly slowly, at a distance Sceptile has enough time to become invincible and punish Machamp for using it from too far away. The matchup against Braixen is a pretty bad matchup. In my testing, Sceptile never hit once, but if Sceptile was even a bit late on his burst attack, Braixen would hit before his invincibility came into play. If Sceptile hit his burst attack just a little bit too early, his invincibility will end before Braixen's burst attack hitbox does, and Sceptile will still be hit. So in general, be very careful using your burst attack around a burst mode Braixen. The matchup with Mewtwo is another bad matchup. Mewtwo's grab comes out much faster than Gengar's does, so Mewtwo always wins unless Sceptile uses his burst attack much earlier than Mewtwo, in which case neither player gets hit. Of course, Sceptile should win if he's outside of grab range, but it is possible that Mewtwo's burst attack invincibility from his grab burst attack will make him invincible to Sceptile's burst attack, and thusly not get hit. In the matchup against Chandelure, it's not great, but it's okay. If both cutscenes come out, Chandelure's hitbox lasts longer than Sceptile's invincibility and will therefore hit. Chandelure has a slow startup, but it's still slightly faster than Sceptile's. Since they have similar startup times, however, whoever attacks first has the advantage as they'll break the counter portion of the other's burst attack. The advantage goes to Chandelure, but it is possible for a Sceptile player to get the advantage here. In the matchup against Suicune, it's actually a pretty good matchup. Suicune's burst attack is super slow, so if you hit the same timing, Sceptile will win. You can be pretty late on it too. Even hitting burst attack on reaction when you see Suicune's gives you enough time for your invincibility to make Suicune's burst attack do nothing to you, though it'd be better just to block since your burst attack will also be ineffective. The matchup against Weavile is a pretty bad matchup. Weavile's is fast and will always beat Sceptile's burst attack. With enough time between either attack or space between the characters, both will miss. Of course, it's possible to punish Weavile's missed burst attack with Sceptile's, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to highlight burst attack clashes and who will win. The matchup against Charizard is very simple. Both will pretty much always miss due to Charizard flying into the sky. The matchup against Garchomp is interesting because it's very close. Garchomp wins because his first attack comes out before Sceptile's invincibility, but at a slight distance Garchomp won't hit in time and Sceptile's invincibility will kick in and thus he will have the advantage because Garchomp loses his burst attack invincibility after his first swing. Now the matchup against Shadow Mewtwo is absolutely horrible because Shadow Mewtwo's burst attack is fantastic. Sceptile will never hit. Too early and Mewtwo will hit you at the end of his burst. Too late and Mewtwo will hit you before you become invincible. It's possible that neither hit, but Mewtwo has a huge advantage.